Hello and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show. I'm your host, Nick Pendrell, and joining me, as per usual, is my fellow co-host and good friend, Dave D.
I don't know what you're after, Nick, but good morning to you.
It's nice to see you.
I've got to ask you one question first. Did you cook this for me?
Believe me, it would not look nearly as nice if I had tried to cook it. No, for
Looks
this,
gorgeous.
we have our guest today to thank for bringing us in some what looks like delicious food, and that's Rattana from Wok and Rock.
Yes.
Welcome
Wok
to the
and
show.
Rock. What a name.
Yeah.
Wok and Rock. Love it.
So tell us a little bit about Wok and Rock. What is it?
Well, the thing is the name of the Wok and Rock because the wok is mean fry pan for the Chinese.
Yeah, I don't know much about cooking, but I know what a wok is.
And which actually is just one thing kind of different, not N, just N, one N, they say rock, so people can go and eat the Chinese food, enjoy the music at the same time.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's why we have the name Wok and Rock.
Good combination.
Yeah.
Good combination.
So what kind of music, what type of rock music do you get in there?
Truth is, see about the music, we have like kind of on the YouTube music.
Oh,
People
right.
can go and put their own song and every type of song they can put on.
Oh, right. So it's almost like you've got your own jukebox to enjoy while you're eating.
Yes, that's right.
So wok, that sounds Asian. What style of food do you serve?
We can cook like Chinese food.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Always good. You like a bit of Chinese, don't you?
I love Chinese food. I mean, you know, we've spoken about this before, Nick. I mean, it is my favourite food, Chinese food. I loved it all my life. Now, to cook Chinese food, did you sort of go on courses? Did you go and learn how to cook?
I stayed in Scotland for 8 years, and I go and kind of do like kind of working with the kind of Chinese restaurant and
work experience. Yeah?
Yes, and a Chinese takeaway for 4 years, and one in the kind of Chinatown in Glasgow, and another two of just close by at my home. Yep.
So Chinese food, I mean, you know, being the Thai person and thinking, okay, I'm going to make Chinese food in Pattaya, I mean, that's quite a big step.
Yes.
You know, it's not an easy step. I mean, you know, most people think, oh, well, she's Thai, she's going to cook Thai food. So, you know, how have the foreigners, the Phalanx, how have they found your Chinese food?
Well, there's a lot of people, they go and they quite like it. They say that's wow. It's really, really close to Chinese in Glasgow.
Yeah, I must say that because as she knows, I've been to Wok and Rock quite a few times. It is very nice food, and you will always find that foreigners will compare it to their own country. So you know, everybody went to their Chinese in England or Australia or whatever, and they can remember the flavour, they can remember the taste. So when they go into a place here like Wok and Rock, and they sit down and they get like we've got today's spare ribs and things like that, they have got the taste already before they taste your spare ribs. And I must say, when I first came to Wok and Rock, I was really sort of sceptical, Nick, and I thought, I'm going to sit down here, it's not going to taste the same, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to taste the same. And the first time I sat down in Wok and Rock, I thought, this is great. This is authentic, this is what I like. So you must have had some good training. And you did very well.
Thank you.
So how long has the restaurant been open now?
Now it's open about 7 or 8 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how big is it? How many?
It's not that big. It's just a single unit.
Right.
Yeah.
I think probably about 20 people in there sitting down.
Okay, so quite
But it's
intimate.
nice. It's nice. I mean, it's it doesn't have to be big.
Yeah.
And is there a takeaway side to the business as well?
Yes, we do kind of takeaway also, and you can phone and order the food, and we take the food to the door.
Oh, right. Very handy.
And it comes hot.
Yeah.
As I know.
Always comes hot.
Oh, it always comes hot. I'll guarantee you that.
And do you do the delivery yourself or through one of the companies that specialises in this?
We kind of do through ourselves or do some with the kind of mobile taxi.
Right.
But when you're on at October or November, we're going to go on a kind of another company to go on as well. We're going to use the company as soon that time comes.
Right.
Because the more as the high season sort of kicks in, they come in there.
Sure.
You know, there's a lot of people out there that like Chinese food, and
definitely,
I think you have to look further afield for delivery.
Yeah. So, what type of? Is it mostly British? That we all love our Chinese in Britain. It's mostly British.
Mostly it's kind of close to the British, Scottish. You know, because when you have the Chinese from England. or Scotland is quite different. It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
We do close to the Scottish. It's
really?
better.
There's even difference between Scottish Chinese and English Chinese.
A lot of people say is Chinese in Scottish is better more than
the English version.
Yes,
but
a lot of people
also the English say that the Chinese in England is better than the Scottish.
Well, I try to make it close to the
so
in the between.
I'm in the between.
Yes.
What are the opening hours of the restaurant?
It's now open from 12 to 12. That's what we have in in our leaflets for a takeaway menu. But some people can phone and order after 12 and we can do that also. Normally, our bar is closed at 2 o'clock.
Right.
And after 12 o'clock, if some people phone, and we can do that also.
Oh, that's good, because I'm always a bit peckish at night. There aren't that many places to the options.
Can you, just one question I'd like to ask you, and that is, like I said, I've had Chinese food most of my life, and I've also been in Chinese kitchens and watched them work. And I always find it fascinating that they can just go like this without even measuring anything. They can just go like this and put it in and do it, and it tastes the same every time. Are you now at that stage? Can you do that?
See some stuff, even like kind of different sauce or another sauce. I just pick it up, or just put it in. And it tastes not just come out the same.
So you get used to how much goes in. I mean, for example, your spare ribs. I know that you marinate them for quite a long time, don't you?
Yes, and I guess how much, and I guess how much water in it, and I bake it, and all the sauce every time they come out the same.
Well, that's if it comes out the same every time, I think then you are doing a great job. But
so let's talk about your menu a little. What are some of your favourite dishes that you personally like, and what do your customers like best?
The most popular is like you see it is the curries and spare ribs.
Right.
And another dishes as well is like kind of honey and chili sauce. People like that in there also. People quite like it.
So normally think of like chop suey and sweet and sour. Do you
do that? It's nice.
Fuyang also.
Fuyang is very nice at Wok and Rock. Very, very nice. So they've got that spot on. That is so nice.
And what sort of prices for food?
The price is not expensive. Like you see the spare rib here for 145 baht.
That's a good price.
The chicken curry, the full container, the same you see here is just 155 baht.
That is a good deal. That is a good deal. So I think it's time. I've been staring at it for too long now. I think it's time that we should...
It's the dribbling.
That's giving it away. That's giving it away. So let's go and sample. So have a little spoonful. So this is chicken curry.
Chicken curry. Okay, you go first.
I'm going to have a little mouthful, and I hope I'm not going to drop it all over the sofa. There we go. There we go. This one. And... that is pretty good. And that's 155, you say?
Yeah.
That is a bargain, I can tell you.
And chicken is very nice and soft.
You do realise that this is like the morning show, okay? And we're eating curry on the morning show. Now, let me tell you, when I used to eat curry at the night time, anything that was left over in the curry, I used to put it in the packet. And in the morning, I used to get up and put it in the microwave again and have it for breakfast. So now I feel at home.
Nothing wrong with curry for breakfast.
Nothing wrong with curry for breakfast. Absolutely good. So, I mean, how many dishes do you do now? I mean, in
the menu, there we have like kind of 94 dishes.
94 dishes?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Wow, and your speciality dish, do you think? What do you think is your speciality? The one that takes the most care in making when you make it?
Is curry. It's because a lot kind of the ingredient or a different kind of type of herbs and anything put in it is quite kind of safe and take care and all that is in the curry sauce.
Do you eat a lot of Chinese, Nick? I mean,
when I stay in Scotland, I eat a lot of Chinese food.
So you do eat? I mean,
yes, I do.
Sometimes you find people that sort of prepare, be it Italian or chicken, Chinese or whatever. You say to them, "Do you eat it?" And they go, "Well, no."
Truth is, if you not eat it, you don't know what it tastes like.
Exactly.
When you do your own, you don't know what it tastes like. you need to eat.
So you've made it before and you've gone, that don't taste right, and you do a little bit more.
When you do, you need to taste. Even you already make the sauce up. When you cook for customer, you need to have the taste at the end before you take it to the customer.
There you go, Nick.
Yeah.
What's your busiest time of the day? Because I know you're on Soi Buakhao, which is very much sort of part of the night time part of Pattaya.
Yes, it's normally it's quite busy from some days at 6 o'clock, some days at 7 o'clock, right through to the 10 or 11 o'clock.
Right.
That's a busy time. People usually kind of come in at the same time.
Right, they come out there and then go and see sample the rest of the nightlife there.
And the takeaway also. They usually like to open and order this time also.
Right, there. And you do a full range of drinks as well?
Yes, every type of drink we do there also. Yeah, you can have a meal and have a drink also.
Are you actually online yet on Wok and Rock?
Yes, and we have our own website and Wok and Rock. Yeah.
So I mean, it's very, like you said before, it's very easy. The power of the internet now, of course, is where we can sort of sit there and we fancy some Chinese, and we can just click the individual items. It comes through to you, and you can pick it up within 20 minutes, or it can be delivered to you within 30 minutes or whatever.
That's the next step.
I think it is, because what you do, it's a very nice product. It's very nice food, and and I think as it progresses, Nick, I mean, you sort of have to sort of keep up, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like we open a restaurant and then suddenly, everybody wants us, and you're thinking, how can we cope? But I mean, it's great, Nick. I like the food at Wok and Rock. It's nice.
That's good. Have you got any plans to open maybe a second branch at some other point in the future?
I think now we quite not kind of think about it yet. We want to do kind of this place. We want to do kind of our base first.
Yes.
And when we have kind of more people knowing about us, that's what the next step. We're going to open another branch. But for my personal, I'm not quite kind of, because about this food, it's not a lot in Pattaya. I like, for my personal, I like to kind of cook myself, and I know what the food tastes like.
Yeah, and if you get too big and you've got somebody else that's cooking it for you, it's not the same as you doing it. So you don't feel as though you're giving them that special touch.
Yes, that's right.
But you must have at least one night off. You can't be working there 7 days a week, do you?
Now I'm not quite kind of have the plan to kind of have a night off yet. Because,
really?
So can I ask you, on your night off, what do you do? Put the TV on, put the film on, and order a Chinese?
Yes, maybe order from those there.
Critique it. Somebody else.
We all do that. We all do that.
So it's the British. Do you ever get any Chinese come in your Chinese?
Sometimes we have them coming in.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Because I know Chinese is very different from English Chinese. And if English Chinese...
Some people just not expect like Chinese, but why they have like kind of English menu.
And what about other Europeans?
We have
Germans like English Chinese?
And we not quite see kind of German as coming in our place, but as kind of another type of people kind of come from kind of...
All kinds of people try it. I would imagine that all people go in there. And I mean,
Russians can go in there and try Chinese also.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I mean, probably some of them haven't tried it before. And tend to, it's not what you would say, like Nick was saying, it's not authentic Chinese food. It's westernized Chinese food that it is. There's a big difference. But, this is very popular from out the world. And if you get this kind of food right, which you have, I mean, it's very nice.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the sort of thing that we've been raised on since we were kids. And I was going out Chinese when I was like 8 or something.
Well, I was fed my first rib at 3, I think. Fetch.
So tell us exactly where on Soi Buakhao Wok and Rock is?
Wok and Rock is just about $5 from Chabahat. Just right across to the 7-Eleven. That 7-Eleven just next door to the Jolly. It's not that easy to. It's not hard to find.
Okay, definitely anybody who's feeling hungry when they're on Soi Buakhao can check it out. And if I'm feeling hungry at home, what's the address of your website so I can?
We just kind of have like the number, the phone number, and the website, like wokandrocks.com.
Okay,
Yep,
so check it out there.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming to visit us.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back in part 2.